Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is Ashley Nicole, and welcome back to another afternoon live. I hope your day is going well. Everything is going good on this Friday. I hope you all are ready for the weekend. You got some self care plans, some things to do for yourself, right? I wanted to come today to do this pretty short live. It's going to be short, y'all, but I'm going to get straight to the point. um, to do this short live to talk about overthinking, right? Of course, I see this a lot, right? I am a licensed therapist and I help individuals overcome anxiety, depression, and work stress, really empowering them to become their best selves in certain areas of their life, right? And so I wanted to come and talk about how to stop overthinking. For me, it's just one way, a surefire way to be able to do that. So, if you want to know how to stop overthinking and bringing in that self doubt or trying to conquer self doubt, just keep on listening to this live. But again, I hope you all are doing well. Again, today is Friday, so for you, if it's been a long week, make sure that you plan on doing something for yourself this weekend, right? Self care is so important in pouring back into yourself after, for a lot of people, giving, their time and energy to others during the week is going to be so important to kind of recharge you for the weekend and the upcoming week. So, when it comes to overthinking, right? A lot of times when people come to therapy, this is one of the symptoms of, that kind of triggered them to reach out for help. The overthinking. What is overthinking, right? This is just like second guessing yourself about certain things, right? There may be a decision that you want to make, but you keep asking yourself different questions about it. Should I do this? Or, well, no, maybe I should do this, right? Or, maybe, I did this before, but now I should do it this time, right? And so when someone comes to therapy, and I'm only talking about my experience, right, as a therapist, and kind of like the way that I work is that since anxiety and depression are the most common diagnoses that we see when someone, comes to therapy, the overall or the most common modality that we might use is cognitive behavioral therapy, in short, CBT. So you may have heard of this before. You may have seen it on social media. You may have heard it from your therapist or your doctor or something like that, right? That this would be a helpful modality to kind of help you through those periods of anxiety, depression, and one of the symptoms for those diagnoses may be overthinking. And so when you think about cognitive behavioral therapy, cognitive just means the thought process that you have behind something, right? CBT really kind of examines the thoughts and beliefs that you have about certain things, certain situations, but most importantly, how it's connected to your mood, right? So, like a big idea in cognitive behavioral therapy is that our perception about certain things, right, about certain situations, our circumstance, certain events, right, or our experience behind these things affects our emotions, our behaviors, and how our body kind of responds to it, right? So you may get in a period of experiencing the symptom of overthinking, right? And so, what does overthinking do? Like when you really kind of sit back and think about it, right? Overthinking prevents us from moving forward. It prevents us from taking action. It prevents us from executing on the things that we are saying that we want to do. When you kind of think about this overthinking, right? It kind of leads to self-sabotage, right? Like I'm saying I want to do XYZ 1, 2, 3, but I keep doing ABC, right? So it's not congruent with what you're saying you want to do. So overthinking prevents us from moving forward. Overthinking gets us right stuck, right? Kind of in that same vein. And it kind of invites self-doubt into our thought process, right? Which leads to all of those things, negative thoughts, certain behaviors, like how you respond and react to what you're thinking. And so the number one way, right, that I can kind of explain this, or a surefire way for you to really stop overthinking, or to reduce the amount of times, or for you to become aware that you are even doing that, is to challenge the thoughts that you have, right? So for example, if you are finding yourself in that kind of self-sabotage space of, okay, I'm saying that I want to do this, but I keep doing that, right? You have to challenge the specific negative thought that you have, right? Challenging the self-doubt. So how do you challenge it? You have to ask yourself, what evidence do I have that these things are happening? Or what evidence do I have that this particular thing is going to occur? So, for example, if you experience some anxiety about the future, right? We know this is where anxiety lives, in the future. These are things that we cannot control. Always kind of second guessing. Well, if I do this, what if this happens? Or what if it doesn't turn out right? Or what if I don't get the job that I want, right? Or if I get the job, what if I don't do well, right? You have to challenge those particular thoughts, because if you don't challenge it, you're not going to be able to move forward, get unstuck, execute, right? And so when you're challenging, you have to really be intentional with taking the action of challenging it, right? Of saying to yourself, okay, I'm having the thought. Firstly, let me go back, recognizing the thought that you have, right? Okay, I'm thinking that I'm not going to do well. This is not going to turn out right. I'm thinking that I don't really have the skills for that particular job. I'm thinking I won't even apply, right? What evidence do you have that you are not going to do well? Right? And for some people, you might have the evidence, right? You might. When you sit down and think about it, you might, right? But oftentimes, what I see is that there is no evidence, or the chances that it will happen the way that you are thinking it will happen is slim to none. And so now, right, when you look back and you say, okay, I don't think that I'm going to do well in this particular job, right? Even though I want the job, but I'm not going to, I don't think it's going to fare, well for me. What evidence do you have in your career, in your life, where you have not done well, right? When you really think about it, what evidence do you have that things didn't go well for you? And if the answer is slim to none, then that gives you the answer of you needing to move forward, right? Because you don't even know what's going to happen. You don't have any evidence that things are not going to go well. You don't have any evidence that the ball is going to drop at any moment. So if that's the case, then you may as well move forward. You may as well execute, right? You may as well get unstuck. Now, it's okay to think this or have these feelings, but it's more important for you to be aware of the thoughts that you are having. Now, when you have a therapist, and you're going to therapy, it's probably going to be important, if you kind of find yourself in these situations often, for you to dig a little bit deeper in your therapy sessions about, okay, why am I even feeling this way, of kind of having these negative thoughts, or feeling like, I'm not, good enough, or I'm not going to do well in certain things, or not looking at things from a different perspective, right? But this is the number one way to challenge negative thoughts, right? Okay, I'm having this thought. What evidence do I have that this is going to happen to me? What evidence do I have that this is not going to pan out? If I don't have any evidence, I'm going to make the decision to move forward, right? So again, this is a surefire way for you to start to reduce the amount of times that you are overthinking. And so some people might ask, okay, well, Ashley, how do I how do we even know I'm overthinking? Like, how do I even recognize that? Again, once you have said or made a decision that you're going to do something and you find yourself asking questions, right? Kind of trying to talk yourself out of it, right? Asking these, okay, well, okay, but if I do that, right, it might look like this. Well, if I do that, then this might happen. Or let me do this, and this before I do it, right? Finding yourself in that a state of preparation for the long term, right? Instead of executing, right? That may be a little bit of overthinking, right? So I told y'all this live was going to be short, right? Please bear with me because it's like lives for right now, right? I'm trying to come up with the cadence to do some kind of like some videos instead of the lives, but this works for me right now and I am on my cadence. I hope you all are being consistent with your goals as well. I hope this short video or this short live was helpful for you. If you all have any questions or need any other tips on how to reduce overthinking, or how to manage anxiety, depression, work stress, let me know in the comments. Feel free to contact me. I'm here to help you through these situations or give you some tips regarding that. So I hope this was helpful. Share, make sure you like the live and comment and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.